Captain Abu Raed is a movie about dreams, and for me, the making this movie and getting to this point in my life is my dream come true.
Day one, we're at the Citadel in Amman, and this is where we're gonna shoot the scene where he puts on the hat and says, Captain Abu Raed.
Captain Abu Raed, or how's the timing? Or
Yeah, I think here's
Yeah.
just not performance but time.
Yeah.
كان يا مكان قديم الزمان
Yeah.
واحد اسمه كابتن أبو رائد.
Uh-huh.
So the captain
But
is
yeah.
Captain Abu Raed.
كان يا مكان في قديم الزمان واحد اسمه Captain Abu Raed.
Yes.
Yeah.
The idea of the movie started in 2005, and it was initially about an airport janitor who gets, at the end of the movie, gets a ticket to go to Rome. And slowly with each rewrite, I realized that I needed this universal conflict.
ماما
مراد على غرفتك.
بحكي لك على غرفتك.
امشي ولك. تعال.
اتركوا
ابعدي غار. ابعدي غار.
كيف؟ لا مش كله مراد.
لا قلت لي هذيك المرة قلت لي قولي له بدي أفرفر.
لا أول شيء تقول له مراد. أوكي هيك بحكي.
مراد
مش هيك تحكي. طلع الباب انت بتطلع الباب ها؟
مراد شو بدي أفرفر. امسك حالك مش قادر.
استنى شوف النص. كل ما مسكت معك الدينار.
دقيقة استنى.
ايش؟
خلنا نتنقل. بعدين قال بمسك الدينار بقص عليها.
أيوة.
قال بيطلعها من جيبته بقص عليها.
بالضبط طلعها من هذا بس هذا الكلام بس هذا هو صح؟ اوكي دقيقة شوي.
يلا.
We went around different refugee camps outside of Amman and in Amman and found some really, really gifted kids. We met about 150 to 200 kids, and I role-played with them. I would ask them, get them comfortable. I'd ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up?
طب ايش بدك تصير لما تكبر؟
أصير طيار.
طيار؟ عن جد؟ ليش؟
هيك.
And then I'd role-play with them. I'd pretend that I was a bully who beat up their friend, and I want them to find out the truth from me and then let their imagination on the loose. And that's how we found these brilliant, brilliant kids.
وكابتن أبو رائد.
It gave you that yellowy thing.
From the way you've written it, Abu Raed thinks he will convince to change his ways.
Yes.
Does Abu Raed really think that there is any hope in him? Abu Raed thinks there is any hope in him?
Yes, he's an optimist, I think. I think he's an optimist, and also remember that in the time span of 1 month, which the movie takes place, he went from being somebody who ignored the problem to somebody who decided to do something about the problem.
I really wanted to adapt the movie to the strengths of the actors and the strengths of the relationships between them.
And action. Okay, cut. بس it was a little
too dramatic.
Too dramatic.
زايد عن
I think the smile choice was really nice. You're comforting her. You're comforting her. So this is Abu Raed's apartment, and as you see, we've It's chaos on here. We've turned this house. There used to be no wall here.
Our designer, Jerry Sullivan, came from Los Angeles. I really wanted someone who's not Jordanian, who can work with someone who is Jordanian so that they can create Abu Raed's world without being tied down by what is real. I wanted Abu Raed's place to be something that's out of this world. So what we did is we chose different color palettes. So for Abu Raed's place, we wanted these warm or golden colors, and so everything you see in Abu Raed's apartment is that color. And then in Abu Murad's place, once we go into that world behind the door, we have these bluish cold steel, kind of cold feeling look, and to create an accentuation of the different environments that they're surrounded by. So because the movie is a $2 million movie, it's not a very big budget by film standards, we wanted to really take advantage of the locations. Nobody had ever seen Amman on film before. And so here's a beautiful city, rich in texture. It's built on 7 hills. And initially the script was called Under the Tree because Abu Raed would sit under the tree and tell these kids these stories. But while I was scouting locations and I found a place, the Citadel, which is in the middle of the city, there's these Roman ruins at a hilltop, and I realized that is the most spectacular view, where Abu Raed would sit under these giant columns and he would tell these kids these stories.
وقعدت على السور في نفس المحل اللي كان يقعد فيه الإمبراطور والمحاربين من 2000 سنة. بتعرفوا كيف بطير العصفور؟ جناح العصفور مايل هيك، ونفس الشيء جناح الطيارة مايل هيك.
As for me, my father is a pilot, my brother's a pilot. I grew up next to an airport in Ohio. So the airport as an aviation is pretty much something I grew up around. It's part of my subconscious. Of course, we shot for 5 days in Queen Alia International Airport. So we shot in a real-life functioning airport. We had to kind of keep adapting to the environment. So when a certain section in the terminal was really busy, we had to constantly adapt to the location. We initially filmed the scene where the kids come into the airport and the kids get out of the cab and they go into the airport. We put a big crane in the middle of the airport and we shot it, and ultimately we weren't able to use the crane shot because of continuity for some things. And then when it was time to shoot the scene where it was the reverse, where the kids see Abu Raed, see the pilot and his crew walking through the airport, and then they see Abu Raed on his knees, that we were like at a point where we had to shoot that scene. The airport was really busy that day and we had to kind of work in that environment. So what we did is we blocked off a whole section with carts. We blocked off a whole section in the airport. It was at the arrivals. And we had the crew, all these extras, the people dressed as the flight crew. I had my father in the cameo as the pilot who Murad sees. And we had people wait behind the lines, behind the arrival section inside, and people were waiting as they were getting out, they had to wait for us to shoot the scene.